Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. This is Amy Kang from Coffee with Amy Kang, and tonight I'm happy to have our friends here, Sash. Sash is a trainer and is a certified Enneagram coach. Tonight we'll have Sash to come and share with us about his challenge of being a new parent and how it had impacted his life. So thank you everyone for joining in live today. Happy to have you all here. If you can, please drop a hello text to us to let us know that you are around with us so that we can interact. And we welcome any questions at the last part, which is like about 8:45, 15 minutes before the Facebook Live ends. Shaz will answer any questions that y'all may have. He'll try his best to answer the questions. Okay. Please feel free to interact with us over the comments. But if I do not address it immediately, don't worry, we'll address it later today. And let's welcome Shaz.
Hello, hi Amy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shaz, for coming in.
Yep. Thank you so much for making time for me and allowing me to do this. So just in case you guys are wondering how I know Amy is because we actually met through a Enneagram conference this year. And that's when I connected with Amy and realized that she's doing very important work for bringing awareness to mental health. And it's something I believe in a lot, is bringing awareness. And with awareness, we can act better. So just by doing these two things, we can achieve what we want to achieve in life. It's by being aware. And once you're aware, then obviously we should do something about it, which is act. So then we slowly find our ways that we need to do, we act. Okay, so today, before I begin, thank you, Amy, for my time here. If you guys have any question, I will try my best to answer. I am not an expert in this. I'm just going to share with you my personal journey that I went on for when I became a parent. Because as for a person like me, when I became a parent, it was not a natural process where I could just become a father and easily transit to. There was a lot of questions and uncertainties which I did not have answers to, and neither did people around me had answers to. But to them, it seems like you will get it. But a person like me will naturally have the question is, what do you mean you will naturally get it? What does it mean?
Yeah.
Oh, where will you get it? Where will the answers come? Who's going to give it to you?
Do you have no elder brother or even your,
I do. But at that point of time, nobody around me had any kids. I mean, they had kids,
you are
just
the
my friends.
first.
So in my family, yes, I was the first person to have a kid. Yes, in my own family.
Okay.
And that's one thing. And also, so as I started to become more aware of, so that's how I started my journey. Because of whatever and training that I had been to, I realized that I am becoming more aware. So when I became more aware of myself, I realized that I had this fear or anxiety, I would say, of stepping into that unknown zone. And at that point of time, I had this thought. Now I understand it's not sure, it's not so right. That thought is not right. So the thought, right, is I cannot fail at being a parent. Cannot. You only have one chance. Cannot fail.
Cannot fail. Okay. Have high expectations.
Yes. So I always thought you only get one chance. If you do not get it right, my kid is going to be scarred for life. And it's not true.
Sorry.
No problem. So now I realize that this is no longer true. That as a parent, you will definitely mess up a lot. It's very true.
Yeah.
But the key, right, is to be aware, to know that something is not right. So what am I talking about here? Something is not right. Okay, so let me bring you my journey. When my wife was already pregnant, I realized that I had to do some healing process. to
Somewhat
recover,
process,
healing process.
healing
I had
process.
healing. Yes, I need to recover from my own self.
Okay.
Whatever journey I went through that had give me some trauma. So as a parent, it is very important that
Trauma
we
as
have
in childhood,
childhood, my teenage years and
past
all that,
trauma.
past whatever, yes, anything,
Okay,
any
okay.
trauma. It not
Okay.
necessarily from your childhood, doesn't mean it's your environmental trauma, your teenage, your past life, anything.
Oh,
Okay. As
interesting.
long as we have any trauma,
Mm.
we have to heal from that
Mm.
trauma. First thing.
Why so?
Okay,
I'm
so
just curious. Sorry, I can't help
so
asking.
that's where I'm coming to. Why must we heal? Why
Oh,
is it important to heal as a parent? Because when we have a kid, so this was one thing I was very sure about,
mm.
is that my kid is not okay. My kid, whoever is the kid going to be, my kid is not going to carry my dreams. They are
Okay.
not going to fulfill my shortfalls.
Okay.
The kid is not an extension of me.
Okay.
My kid is his or her own person.
Very
What
good.
am I going to do as a parent? So then
Okay.
I went to find out what is the
Mm.
exact duty of a parent, to put it out in words.
Wow.
What is it? Okay, so this is what I found out for
Mm.
myself, and it works. Is
Okay.
as a parent, what is my duty? Is like the saying that goes, bring the horse to the water, but whether the horse wants to drink the water or not is their choice.
Yes.
Something similar, just that it will not work the same way for every kid. Even
Okay.
I am a parent, I now have 2 kids.
Oh,
One is
congrats.
2 years old, one is 5 weeks old.
Wow.
Now already I know whatever I am doing to my first one, I cannot apply it to my second one. Because I can see already, within 5 weeks, I can see she is a completely different person
Okay.
from my first one. So this is the thing. So as a parent, what are we going to do to our kids is, we do not have to give them an abundance of things.
Okay.
We don't have to.
Wow.
But what we have to give them is our time. Okay, I recently had a experience where my friend lost his grandma. And from the time he was very young, he always used to live with his grandma. He does not live with his parents even. He lives with his grandma. So he is the only person who's taking care of her. He did everything for her.
Wow.
Everything, okay? Really everything. He took care of her like a child, like a newborn baby.
Wow.
And recently she passed away.
Well, he must be very sad.
Exactly, he's broken, okay? He's actually broken. And he's recuperating now. He's trying to recover from it and stuff. But things that all the while we know that it's going to happen, is inevitable, right? She's very old already, and it's going to come. So that is time. You see, your time is very limited. No matter how long you spend with your loved ones, at the end of the day, when your time is up or when their time is up, that's it. You cannot do anything else. So do not ever think that the time you're spending with your loved ones or your kids is something you're going to regret. No, it's something you will want more of. No matter how much we want to push it into that frame of time, we cannot. We cannot do it because limited time is finite. So we try to do whatever we can. First thing. So as a parent, how much am I going to do? It's totally up to you. Okay, nobody is going to, even if anybody says that you shouldn't be doing it, they're not entitled to, because it's your kid. You are the parent. You know your kid best. First thing. So as a parent, when we are growing up, as a parent, I'm also growing up. As my kid also growing up. So what am I going to give my kid? Is, in my view, my perception is, I try to give my kid everything I can, which are tools for them to survive in the outside world.
Okay.
So when I say tools, what are tools? Social interaction skills, ability to regulate their emotion, ability for them to articulate what they are thinking, what they are feeling, what is the feeling, the ability to recognize what you are feeling, and what do I do with that feeling. So sometimes you will hear people say, don't be sad. Why you don't want to cheer up? It's okay lah, small thing. just be happy only. Yeah, so some people can. They have the ability to go through a particular set of emotion quite fast, whereas some people cannot. So now we bring all ourselves back to our childhood, our teenage years or whatsoever, right? If we go through, there will be some things that we would have wanted from some other party that we want to get it from. So what is that we are trying to get at is connection.
Yes.
So as a kid, all your kid is trying to do, right, is connect. Okay, it's connect. So like I said, why is it important for me to heal through my whatever traumas that we have? Okay, it's because kids are very, very good at doing this thing, is where they will set you up exactly the way they feel. So
Again?
okay, I repeat myself. Meaning, so what I meant is the kids, they will set you up exactly. That means they will prime you to feel what they are feeling.
Okay, okay.
So if they want attention, they will want you to feel that they want attention. If they want you to hold them, they will constantly come up to you and tell you, carry me, correct? They'll put a hand, carry me, carry me, carry me, carry me.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because now they are feeling like they are left out. Something like that. Okay.
Oh.
I'm not able to say it exactly, but this is how they crave for connection. So anything and everything that a kid does up to maybe 7 years old is to crave for that connection, that recognition, just for them to be seen. They just want to be seen. So my daughter does this. We will be there. Me and my wife will be just there, watching her, and she knows we are watching her, and she will do this. Amma, see me? Appa, see me? And she knows, that we are seeing her. But now she wants to know and acknowledge that, yes, I am seeing you. So even though me being there, she still wants me to verbalize it. To say that, yes, I am seeing you. I am not just zoning out. I am not daydreaming. I am actually consciously spending time with you.
Wow.
So this is my next thing I'm coming to. Is for us to be conscious and aware of what we are doing with our kids. Meaning, somebody told me this when I was lost. Like, I'm going to be a parent, I'm panicking. One of my friends told me this. 90% of a job as a parent, after your kid grow up and they can be independent, right, is just to show up. You just have to show up. Meaning, you must be present. So we cannot daydream.
Okay.
Cannot daydream. Meaning we have to be present. So you'll now see this a lot of people, mindful awareness, conscious parenting, gentle parenting. They say all of this, right? What they mean is to be present with your kids. Stay with your kids. Just be. No need to become. Be first. Because that's what kids are doing. They just want to be. Like whatever they are doing, right? They just want to be. They are in that zone. Because up to 4 years old, your kids, they are ready to be programmed. Meaning, whatever you mold them, right, it will stay in them forever. In them forever. It will be ingrained in their programming. Because they are in this state of consciousness known as theta. I'm not sure how many of you know. It's data. I mean, it's something to do with your brainwave. So it's like, if you have known, so a lot of people who come up with good ideas, there's a joke that says, I came up with this when I was showering. A lot of people will say this because when we are showering and there's water hitting our head, especially cold water, our brain goes into this zone called theta. Meaning it is just it's just there. And it's like sort of you're floating around. And that is what you're doing. That's the state of consciousness that your kids are. They are not thinking about tomorrow. They are not thinking about yesterday. They are thinking of at that present moment. That is the reason why sometimes you'll see kids like, hey, how come you were just screaming your head out and then you snap, you totally forget already. You're totally out of that zone. You're now you're talking about going out. You're talking about something else. You're totally not crying. Your crying has stopped. Because they are conscious is at that moment. They are no longer thinking about what caused them to cry. They have moved on. So this is where my next topic is coming to. So for them to move on, what we need to do is, as adults, what we can do is self-regulate. Meaning, if I'm feeling angry, I don't go and punch somebody. if I'm feeling anger, Amy,
If
you're
you're
muted.
feeling angry, yeah.
Yeah, if I'm feeling angry, I am not going to just punch the person who's caused me my anger.
Okay.
I work through my anger because I'm an
Oh.
adult.
Mm.
My brain, my logical mind, my rational mind here, the frontal
Mm.
lobe, can tell me that, tell my emotional, my amygdala at the back, telling me, cannot, you cannot just express your anger this way, you will get into trouble. But for a kid, they do not have this ability to self-regulate.
Okay.
So what we do? Can we teach them to self-regulate? Answer is yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but Amy, how long do you think it will take for a kid to learn how to self-regulate?
I think it should be quite long, but I
Okay, so you
mean,
can give me a number. How long do you think it will take?
you mean hours or days or months or year?
You just make any guess. It's okay.
I think at least 6 months. Oh, actually, kids are very fast learner, right? So I
Okay,
think, yeah, you give me a
sorry.
choice, can?
No,
Give
it's
me
okay. It's
a-
not about choice. Okay, so now let's come back.
Okay.
So for our brain to fully grow, means fully develop, it
I
will take
know, 18
close.
years old,
Correct.
frontal lobe.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
18, right? So you think
Yeah.
about it. As a teenager or as a toddler in my primary school days and all that, my brain has not even fully developed. So
Yeah.
their brain is physically incapable of regulating their emotion.
Yeah. So can
Right?
be taught, man?
Yes, it can be taught, but
Wow, you're so smart.
no, it's not. Like I said, because I went to find out.
Wow,
I'm
you
not an
really
expert in this. I am not an expert in this.
well done.
But I went to find out. Why? Because I know, like I said, my kid will do it. Like even now it happens. So there was a time where my kid recently started developing a habit of spitting.
Oh,
And
okay.
it will really trigger me, like, how dare you spit? And I'm telling you not, and she will do this. Look me dead in the eye, straight, and spit. And I'll tell her not to. And she will spit, no.
Wow.
And it will really piss me off.
Okay.
But because as an adult, I can self-regulate, I regulate first. I tell myself, cannot scream. Okay, this is something I don't do. I don't like to do personally. I don't like to scream, yell, or beat my kids. Cannot. I don't
Okay.
believe in it. Okay. It I mean, scientifically, it has been proven that all these will cause them, for their brain to react as like how they react to physical trauma. So it will cause them to react that way and then move away from the environment. That means it will cause their brain to shut off. Okay, I mean, that's the scientific part of it. Okay, so to cut story short, so I don't do it. So now before I can, for me not to engage in that kind of confrontation with my kid, I need to slow down. So there are certain things that I will do. I will tell her nicely not to do it, or I will distract her, or I will take her out of the environment. So sometimes it will work, sometimes none of it will work. But the thing is, there's something all my friends used to say. It's a phase. It's a phase. And it will grow over. Okay, so now Amy, let me ask you another question. As a kid, as a parent, how long do you think a parent will have this childhood time with my kid before my kid comes to full consciousness?
I think also like 4 years old.
Correct, up to 4 years.
4 years old.
Okay, so you think about it,
Yeah.
1 year is about 52 weeks.
Yes.
108 weeks, 2 years.
108 weeks.
And yeah, so altogether we only have 216 weeks with my kid where I am able to program and teach all of these skills to my kid, for my kid to follow and pick up. So this includes self-confidence, self-regulation, ability to recognize emotion, articulation, and all of this. I mean, obviously, roughly you can go back and forth a few weeks and years, like maybe from 4, maybe to 6, and sometimes because of where you are, your developing time taken and all that. Okay, not to rush anyone. Okay, it's not cast in stone. Just that. So if you think about it, it's only limited time. You only have this time. So at this time, what am I going to be worried for? So I don't want my kid to remember that my parent is like that, because it will in the future, it will affect the way they are connecting to me. It will. Okay, don't ask me how. Just that it will lah. Okay, it has been proven. Okay, you can go and research it. Just go and Google this. Okay, you'll get it. It will affect them. First thing. Secondly, is that I'm not sure how many of you will relate to it. But if you can just go back a few years on your childhood time, your surroundings, your environment that you were in, whatever you experience at that time, it will stay with you till the time you go into adulthood. So if I'm not aware of that thing that is stuck into my head, and if I do not do actual work on myself to recover from that, it will be passed on to my kid. It will definitely be passed on to my kid. Okay, so this is the part where we have to be very conscious and purposeful of what are the tools am I going to pass on to my kid. Okay, so all these are tools of survival. Anything else like educational skills, music, arts you're trying to do for your kid is all necessarily important, yes. But apart from them, one thing we need to do is allow them to be able to articulate what they are feeling and how they are going to interact with people. Okay, so that brings me to my next topic is when I want my kid to play and interact, it's important for a parent to be able to do this. To believe that my kid can play dangerously, but carefully. So let me explain that a bit further. Meaning, now my kid can play, right? And my kid is, okay, my example, my daughter is like 2 years, 2 years, 2 months, 26 months. Okay, she will happily climb things and jump. Climb over. Yeah, she will climb over and jump. But if she falls, she will look at me first, or she will look at her mom. And if I am not reacting, or if my wife is not reacting, she will stand up, just dust it off, continue playing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so a lot of this depends on how the parents react. I think a lot of you who are parents, you will realize this. Some of you may agree with this, and because a lot of my friends also tell me this.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's one thing. Secondly, if I am able to teach my kid how to play dangerously but carefully, it will do two things. First thing, it will build confidence in themselves for them to able to analyze the danger and know. That's the first thing, is how to analyze danger. Okay, because this is life skill. Because when they grow up, they will learn how to analyze danger in their surrounding. As an adult, they will learn how to analyze. They will not panic or go into the flight or fight response or freeze response. They will be able to analyze that emotion or the fear, the danger they're feeling, and pause for a while, think, and then react. It's not just like they will not freeze like deers on a headlight. They will not just freeze. They will be able to process through this danger. First thing. Secondly, when they play dangerously, they will know what is the limitation they can put on their body. Meaning, how high can I jump from without getting hurt? How much pain I can endure without having long-term injury. So if they like hit, when like they fall off the slide a bit, like just a bit, like one staircase down, what is the pain they are feeling? And if it's because I know my kid, like I said, I know my kid. If she falls off and if she does not cry, I know she's not hurt. But if I react like, oh my God, you are hurt, she's going to feel like
cry.
I should react more. For this small pain, I should react more, meaning my body cannot tahan. I will not be able to take it because it's supposed to be a big injury. In reality, it's not. But now we change our perception to our kid that it is. So what are we doing essentially is, we are not priming them to take on that challenge. They will believe that I am not able to take it. We are actually shortchanging the ability for them to face that challenge. And this will be ingrained in them. Slowly, I mean, obviously it's not, this doesn't take a day. So it will slowly happen. So this is where we have to be very conscious and aware and be present when we are spending time with our kid. Okay, that's one thing. And as our kid grows, I told this to my wife. My kid is not going to be a reflection of me. So it's like saying, maybe I like mathematics. I like mathematics. I can crunch data. But now let's say my daughter comes up to me, say she wants to be an artist. And I have no idea what to do if my kid says she wants to be an artist. Because I do not know art. I failed in my art so many times. I can't even draw. I can't even draw an apple properly. Okay, I failed art very bad. My drawing is so bad. Okay, even I think my wife will draw better than me. I cannot draw at all. So something like that. Or my daughter comes and tells me, I want to learn violin. I do not know anything about notes. I do not know anything about what takes. What violin should I buy? How many violins are there?
It doesn't matter, right?
Exactly, it does not matter. So doing this, it does not matter. But I should be able to give my kid the ability to recognize what my kid is good at. So that being said, that is exposure. So we try to expose our kid to many things. That is good. We expose them. So we will know. So now I know, like I recently found out this about my kid. It's because she was born during the COVID period. And now everything opened up. And also because when my wife was pregnant with our second one, we did not have time to go out so much. So I will try to bring her out as much as I can. But also because sometimes I cannot, because due to my work or time or whatever, I won't be able to do it. So what happened is, right now she's having anxiety when we go in big groups or we go to a place where it's very crowded, like really very crowded. She will want to be carried. She will have this struggle to know, what are these people doing here? Why am I here? All these places, with them. So who are they? Are they my friends? Or are they here to harm me? What are they doing here? Why am I here at the same place as them? They are not normally in the same place as me. And these are the people that I'm totally unfamiliar with. So why are they here? What am I going to do? Then that causes, so all these questions, like if I ask you, right, you will also start thinking. So imagine as an adult, you feel this. So imagine that for a 2-year-old. It's a lot more.
They're so used to living at home, right?
Correct.
So we just with the parents.
But I do send her to, she is going to school, like her playgroup, PG. But like I said, it's familiarity. Those people are familiar. She's okay. Now I bring her out and I put her in so many places that she's not familiar with.
Is there any situation whereby she actually like break out or like just burst because of
she
the
kind of
anxiety?
had a meltdown. Correct. She will kind of have a meltdown. Correct. Yes.
And
so
how do you tackle that?
So we try to bring her back. Be conscious. We tell her, if you don't want them, if you don't want to go to them, you don't have to. You can just stay here. We are here with you. Look at me. We try to make the eye contact with her for her to come back to me. Come back to me. Yes. Because you see, all my kid is trying to do is connect. And try to get an answer to what is happening. Where am I? They are trying to find their place in that place. Which I've never exposed her to. So now you see, it's a challenge that I have to slowly expose her to these things, because end of the day, it's a social interaction skill. So having said that, this social interaction skill, those of you who have young kids, and I'm sure in this group now, some of you will have young kids.
Just, I think your connection is not very good. Okay, I think Shaz is having some connection problem. So we shall wait for him to come in. So meanwhile, thank you, Song Hua. I saw you on the for liking this live. Thank you so much for coming in. How about the rest of the audience? You are very quiet today. Feel free to say hello to us, okay? And if you have any questions over Shash sharing about being a new parent, about his trying the bring up his two daughters. So feel free to share in your comments box about how you would like to actually be engaging with us, okay? Yeah. So yeah. So while waiting for Shash to come in, Shash is coming in already. So let's see. Anyone?
Hi. I'm back.
Hi. No problem. So I
Is
try
it
to
okay?
get
Sorry.
the audience. Yeah. Try to get the audience to warm up because today audience is quite quiet. Yeah.
Cool. No
Someone.
problem.
Everything okay?
Yes. Where did I last stop?
About your
Social
daughter.
interaction.
Yeah, interaction, social connections.
Social interaction. Yes. Fair play. Did I say that? Did you all hear me talk on fair play?
No, not about the fair play.
Okay. So when that's my next topic I'm coming to is
Correct.
fair play.
Yeah.
So when we say fair play, why is it important for kids to learn what is fair play? It's because for them to know that fair play means first thing is they need to know how to deal with being dealt when it's unfair to them. They need to learn how to deal with the fact that sometimes the world is an unfair place.
Okay, sounds very good.
So how do I deal with
this?
So how do I learn this? But before that, we need to teach them the importance of fair play.
Oh,
Because
wow.
if you think about it, if they play fairly, more people will want to play with them because they don't rig the system.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Meaning, what does it mean? Is that I take turn. I try to share. I wait for my turn. I give enough opportunities for other people to participate. And all this kind of stuff. Again, this takes time. Okay, it takes time, effort. It's not impossible, but it just takes time and effort. Okay? And honestly, it does not take that long. It really does not take like hours or a day. No. It just takes a few minutes.
Really?
Okay? But we need to be conscious of doing it.
Okay.
So how do we do it is we try to get them to an environment where they can play with other kids.
Okay.
Like playground, soccer, catching, and this kind of thing, like climbing, playing the slide, this kind of thing. So I teach my daughter this. If there's someone at the end of the playground, you cannot slide down. First thing. If there's somebody at the back waiting for you, you have to, you do not have a lot of time to go. You have to turn back and see, oh, there are people waiting and they also need to play. So for them to play, I need to go down. So now my kid will do this. Used to for time being. She'll go down and she'll not go round. She go down already, she'll climb back up. Oh. Cannot do that. Means that is rigging the system. Yeah. So what do? You go down, you come back up. You go one round. Climb up the stairs, wait. Then you go down. That is rigging. That is fair play. Okay, that's as simple that I know that we can put it. But obviously, sometimes you will see some kids are not being fair to your kid. So they will kind of push you or push your kid. Okay. So common. So if my kid that is being in harm's way, I mean, like not say harm, but my kid is like pushed at, or my kid doesn't get my turn. Okay, so what do I do? Okay, easily the best thing you can do, if you think that if you're going to remove your kid from the environment totally, it's not going to help the kid. Yes. Okay. It's the time for them to learn. Correct. So as a parent, this is kind of the real world. Meaning when they grow up, if I want to make a direct connection, this is it. It is almost direct connection to how they will be treated when they go out. And how are you going to deal with it? How is my kid going to deal with it now? Kind of they will be primed again to follow that lesson up as an adult when they go through something like that?
Yeah, allow me to
Sure.
come in for a while. So I remember that time when I was learning this from a Miracle Life Living Personal Development course, and they're saying that this phrase, which is registered in my mind, how you do anything is how you do everything. So
Right.
like when your child is young, right, how she do certain thing, when she grow up, she'll use the same way to do that kind of thing at that kind of the similar situation.
Right. Very true. That is exactly what they will do. Okay. So this is what I've learned. So I've understood that we try to give them fair play. Amy, can you hear me?
Play. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, can. Is my
Everything is
screen
good.
frozen? Everything is good?
No,
Okay, cool.
everything is good. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's the first thing I'm trying to say is the next thing I'm saying is that we mirror, yes, as parent, I try to mirror the real world as much as I can, but in a safe manner.
Oh, wow.
In a
I think you are
safe
really a
manner.
great parent, Shash.
Um,
Really, the
no.
way that you share so much, that is like you are really doing a lot of thinking for your
Yes, correct. I do a lot of thinking, but something that you see, the thing is that now I'm trying to share what I know, but when I am there at that moment, it's not easy. It's
really
not easy.
wow.
Because you need to worry about so many other things. First thing you worry about is your kid safety. Second thing you worry about is the other kid safety. Is my kid going to do anything to harm the other kid?
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So all that takes priority first.
Yeah.
Then we slowly can go into this. All these things, right? Okay.
Yes.
So it takes time. So then how are we going to do it? I leave that up to you. Okay, because if I go into that, it will take a long time and we do not have time. It's already 8:40. Okay.
Curious, yeah. Okay, you just carry on.
Okay. So next thing I would like to touch on is how are we? I go back to the start. Okay, because we are all going to end soon. I go back to the start. When I say I want to connect to my kid, I make time with my kid by being present. Something about being present is if we are not present as parents, the kids will know. They will know. They will definitely know if I am daydreaming. Okay? Don't ask me how. Okay? They know. Really, I don't know how. Okay? But I know they know. Okay? First thing. So secondly, right? Sometimes kids will tend to do this. When I am connecting with them and I'm bonding with them, my daughter will say, because sometimes I'm quite firm with what I allow her. I don't allow her to do certain things, and I'm very firm with it. I'm learning to still tell her in a way she can accept. Okay, so that's my point is I am spending time with them, I'm connecting to them. Sometimes as parents, you'll see the way you connect with one kid is not the same way you can connect to another kid. Okay, so no kids will have the same parent. Even if they are siblings, you are not the same parent to another kid. If you are thinking, why is this working with one kid and you are not, I am not able to do this with you, it's fair, but we have to realize that the other kid is a completely different person. We need to find as a parent what works for them. It's important because so that they know what works for them also. If you have, Amy, have you heard of this 5 languages of love?
Yes.
Right? Same thing.
Yes.
Different kids of different way to form connection. Some kids, right? I don't have to do anything. I just have to sit there. I just need to be there. I don't need to engage in play with them. I just need to be there. They'll look up at me, have that eye connection. They will not say a single word, and they'll continue playing. They will not do it. They will not interact with me. Whereas some kids will call me down, make me sit down, and they will play. But they will not talk to me. They will make me sit down beside me and play. And some kids will do is that they will constantly interact with you, talk to you. Okay, so as parents of young kids, some things that we should not do is dictate how my kid is going to play. Meaning, simply put, if I were to give my kids a set of Lego blocks, okay, So now there's a lot of different ways you can build Lego, right?
Yeah.
I cannot dictate to my kid what to build, how to connect. Cannot. I let my kid do anything and everything my kid wants to do with that Lego block.
Okay.
Why? Because it's for them to explore and learn. Okay, that's the first thing. When they play. Secondly, if our kids are bored, it's okay. We as parents do not have to engage their mind constantly. It needs time to wind down. Let them be bored. Why? Boredom breeds creativity. Okay, I say
Nice word.
again. Boredom breeds creativity. So sometimes if you see your toddler is bored, it's okay. Just let them be. Please don't switch on the TV, give them an iPad, or tell them what to do, like go read a book, go and play. No, because they have already had enough of that.
Okay.
And now they are bored. Means now their mind is working. They have kind of hit their plateau, their limit, and they need to know what more can I do. It's for them to explore what more they can do. Just let them be. Sometimes it's hard to just let them be. Because as a parent, I can tell you, I struggle. What will my kid do if I just let them be? I'm afraid. Okay, so what my kid will do? Will my kid get into trouble? Will my kid go and break something? Okay, something like that. So this is where we have to trust our kid. Trust our kid. My kid will know what to do and what not to do by the time they are there. When they can verbalize to you that, Mom, I'm bored. If they can verbalize, if they are already at that stage, right? Meaning they are already thinking of what to do, meaning they are no longer conscious. They have crossed that stage. They're now aware of surroundings, society, parents. They are aware. We cannot interject that. We have to let them be and feel it. Okay, so this is where I'm coming to next. When I say feel it, what does it mean? For their ability for them to sit with whatever they are feeling. There's no rush for them to get over a set of feelings. Like what? Like, okay, maybe the pet died. No need to immediately go buy a new pet for them to replace the old pet. Sit with it. Sit with the feeling of loss and grief. Because as an adult, just embrace that feeling. Work through that feeling. Let them articulate to you how does this feel of loss it is to them. Then because they are learning the real world. As an adult, I will go through loss. I will grieve. So what am I going to do? Am I going to just cover it up with cheerfulness and happiness and then just go be, no, I'm okay, I'm not feeling sad. No, I'm not. Because why? These negative feelings are like a dark room. If I put them away in a space, then thinking that I want to unlock them in the future, trust me, you will lose the key. You have to address the emotion, that these heavy emotions,
Acknowledge it.
Yes, we have to acknowledge it and be present with them, embrace them. And the more we can do that, the faster we can go through them and move on, no? And learn what we need to learn. Okay, as kids, okay, so this is the next thing I'm coming to. As parents, normally I will believe everybody love their kids unconditionally. Okay, so when I went for my Enneagram conference, there was this Belgium political ambassador, Dr. Frederick. He said this: when we say I love you to our spouse, what do we expect?
Then to say I love you back.
Correct. Because we want to hear that for ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, for us to hear that. But now when you tell your kids this, right, I love you, I can say with some certainty, like a 2-3-year-old will not say back to you. Sometimes my kid, my daughter will do this. If she's, because I'm very firm with her, right, she will come back, I don't want apa. I don't want apa. She will start to get restless and she wants to move out. Say, I don't want apa, I don't want. She will automatically get down and move to a zone where I am not there. But I know I cannot let her do that. I cannot. I need to be there because this is her time where she is unsure. That
Oh.
do my parents still love me if I show up this way? The answer is obviously yes lah. But if just not enough. The kid must know. You must assure and make sure the kid knows. So I will follow her where she goes. If she goes to a corner, I will sit with her. No matter what she does, I will just tell her, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. It's okay. It's okay. You don't want me, it's okay. I'm just here only. When you're ready, I'll be here. I'm here. Look at me. We form the eye connection. Then slowly, I will tell her to breathe. I'll just do this. I won't tell her physically, but because I know this action, I have primed her enough. When I do this, she will start subconsciously, she will start to breathe. In, out, in,
Nice.
out. Then slowly she will snap out of it. Then she will start running happily, blah, blah, blah. Because sometimes kids will learn that when they don't say I love you back, or if they say I don't love you. I mean, obviously the kid loves you, yes, obviously. But because they will learn this thing called the power of words. Because they know, it means if I say this, my parent will get affected.
Oh,
The kids
okay.
are smart. Yes, they will learn this. So when they learn this, they will tend to use it. So we need to tell them what the power of words. Okay, so that's the power of words. Also, we need to teach them. So all this is slowly, step by step. Whenever you can, whenever you are there, as much as time you want to spend with your loved ones is okay. Spend that time. Okay, really spend that time. A lot of people have reiterated this. I have seen a lot of people pass away at an old age. They will have tons and tons and tons of money. What they regret is not spending enough time with their family and kids. Okay, so recently I will part you off with one story that I heard. It's a very true story. There was this father who used to work multiple jobs. Okay, and he to their family, he was just trying to make ends meet. So the kids did not get the kind of good education. Their house was they are always moving out in rental houses and stuff like that. Then eventually, as they struggle on their own, they got their scholarship, bond, whatever. They studied, they moved on, they got married, and now they have kids. So now this father passes away. And then they get checks from the bank, not life insurance, bank, telling them that your father has account here, your father has account here, your father's account here, and your father is no longer around. We need somebody to take over. They go in, they see close to $2.6 million in their bank. I'm not kidding, it's a true story. It's $2.6 million in the bank. And the kids have no use for the money. To them, they feel like, you mean you had so much money, but you did not spend the money for me? You just let me believe that I am poor and I had to struggle so much. You could have helped me a bit. I would have done so much more. But what did the father do? Kept on working. Then eventually the father died. So who win at the end? Nobody. So this is my parting thing. As a family, right? One person lose, all lose. One person win, also all lose. All must win for one to win. There's no such thing as I win enough. You win enough. No. All must win for one person to win also. One person's win is not enough. Cannot have, say, okay, you win, I let you win. No. All must win together. Why? We goes back to the same simple idiom. You want to go fast, you go alone. You want to go far, go together. Yep. So yes, that's all I have for today for my sharing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sash, for this nice sharing. And I think your talk actually gave me some inspiration about how I can actually interact and better with my son. He's already 15 years old, but I think
It's never too late.
It's never too late. Yes. Yeah. So I think that is very, very very content, how do I say, a lot of content from your part, and I believe that you did a lot of homework.
Yeah,
coming up with this is really not easy, and thank you so much for the effort. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, so in a simple words, a few things that I would like to take away is, first thing, if you have any trauma, heal. Simplest thing you can do as a parent, show up. Be conscious of your parenting. Teach your kids about, most simplest thing you can teach them is emotion, regulations of their emotion.
Mm.
Okay, and how you connect to your kids. Different kid, you have to connect differently.
Mm.
So learn the way you connect
Mm.
and allow your kids to fall, break, fail, and let them get up. But you have to be there. Tell them I'm here. If you need me, I'll be here, but I'm not going to come and rescue you.
Mm.
If you need me, if you need help, ask.
Mm.
And lastly, try to help them achieve their full potential, meaning give them the tools that is necessary for them to realize what is their true potential in the first place. And then give them the tools to achieve it. Whether they achieve it or not is okay. It's not a reflection of your parenting. If the world is going to tell you so, the world is wrong. Your parenting is not a reflection of how far or how well your kid does in life. It's not. You can only teach. Whether they learn or not, up to them. But it's your responsibility to teach.
Yeah, I saw one message before on a banner. It said that the best gift that we can give to our children are the ability to be independent.
Yes, true.
So
true.
like what I see from you here is that you're trying to guide your
Okay, let me level that up a bit.
sure.
There's 3 levels of dependence. One is self-dependent. Okay, it's not good, meaning you live for yourself. I mean, it's not being selfish, but you are self-sufficient. Okay, first thing. Secondly, you become independent. Sorry. The first thing is you are dependent, meaning you are dependent on somebody else for everything. And then you blame
Okay.
them. Everything happens. That's dependent. Next thing is the self-dependent. Okay, meaning you are independent, you are self-sufficient. Okay. The next thing you have to teach them is codependence. Meaning, how do I fit into the outside world and how does the outside world fit into my world? Because you're not living in a one-man island. You have to live with other people. So how am I going to make that work? So yeah. Okay. So yes, now I'm done.
Well, really, I'm trying my best to really like get your message because it's really very, I don't know, I just felt like it's really a lot of content for me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but I really appreciate that.
I
I'm
tried
sure
my best to
make
each content that I'm sharing as clear as possible.
Yes, I can see that you're trying your best to make it very clear to the audience. And I believe that inside the audience there will definitely be people who are able to feel the frequency of your message. And I think they can fully appreciate that. For me, I need some effort to really fully appreciate the content, but nevertheless, it's still very marvelous content that I can feel.
Thank you.
I can
Thank you.
know that. And I believe that what just now also Sash actually summarized for us the 8 points that to be a parent and definitely it's not easy. And if you know of anyone in the audience, if you know of any of your friends who are new parents or even parents like myself who are already having a kid who is already 15 years old, you can just share this content. I will wish later on I will actually upload into my YouTube channel of at Amy Kang. So you can share the video with your friends, to let people understand more from Shah's perspective. And also, if you want to connect with Shah's, actually, I will put on to the Facebook comments. You can actually connect with Shah through Instagram. And yeah, so if you think that you have questions, you can ask us now. And I really thanks everyone for coming in. Yeah, we have one friends here, Megala Priyan Dorasami. Okay, hi. She say, way to go, Sash.
Thank you
for sharing.
That's
yeah,
my sister-in-law.
Huh?
That's my sister-in-law.
Oh, hello. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Priya.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Priya. Thank you for supporting Shah and here with us. Thank you so much. And yeah. So Shah also is a very I would say a very good Enneagram coach. Got a lot of knowledge in Enneagram. So Enneagram basically is a personality profiling tool. Yeah. So you can actually use Enneagram to understand more about different people, nature, behavior, characteristic, personality. So this is one of the tools that Sash is really familiar with. So if you are curious about it, you can also connect with Sash and talk, have a conversation on it. Yeah. And so thank you for joining us. So before we leave, Sash, you got any more words to share to
Okay,
say to the
because we
audience?
have 5 more minutes. Let me end
Yes,
with
yes.
this. Okay, let me really end with this. If any of you out there, you are having difficulty with your reality, understand this. Whatever your problem is, right? Is you imagine this is your reality. Can you see? This, I mean,
It's
this thing, whatever it is, okay. You see, this is
whatever
my
it is.
reality.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me do this. You see this? Okay, then focus on this. Okay, now you see my reality so big.
Yeah.
Okay, so big, meaning my reality cover most of what I see.
Yeah.
Right? It covers most of what I see. But if you take it away, all the way back, you see how small it is?
Yeah.
So you see your reality will not change. But what changes is your perception. So if you think your reality is hard, is stuck, you're not able to go anywhere, try to move back, change your perception. We cannot change our reality. It is what we are given, the cards that we are dealt with. But changing our perception can help us be better and come out from whatever that we are struggling with.
Well said. Well said. And I think that this is very, very well shared. And I think that being able to see from different angle really help us to see the picture in a bigger sense. And also, I remember from one of my metaphysics teacher, he shared with us that actually we are just a speck of dust on this universe, just a tiny little speck, just like how we look at the ants. So, like, you know, sometimes like our emotion is being very sad at that point of time. We'll think that the whole world owns us something, you know, the kind of victim mindset. So actually, like, it's nothing. It's like, you know, it's just like an ants lah. People just brush you off and you can just pass away, you know, that kind of thing. So it's like sometimes we need, I mean, the intention for this Facebook live show is actually I want to spread the positivity and also the mindset to be strong, to be able to tackle to be more resilient lah. Like listening to speaker like Sash, Lydian, they all this afternoon, you know, different like hoping to actually to share skills with you all. And to conclude, right, I also want to say that what Sash shared today that really resonate with me is about you know, like about the passing away of his friend grandma. So it's really teaches us that, you know, time is finite, that we should really treasure the people around us, our loved ones. We must take care of whoever we need to take care of, and also at the same time we must not forget to take care of the person who is very important to us. That's ourselves. Self-care, self-love. So never forget. Okay, and if we can, the next morning when you wake up and you go out to the street, just have a smile at the stranger that come forward to you, make someone day, brighten someone day, you know. Who knows that they are having a bad night, you know, and the smile actually will melt them down, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much for me also. Thank you, Shaz, and
thank you so much.
thank you everyone for turning in. Yeah.
So if you guys, any of you want to connect, you can like connect with me, like what Amy has shared through my Instagram handle. Yeah, then we can take it from there. Thank you.
21 underscore
I honestly do not
okay, I can remember. Yeah, I think so.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Sash 21 underscore ASH.
Yeah. So that is a Sash Instagram handler.
SASH 21 underscore ASH.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's my Instagram handle, guys.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Charles, and have a good night. Today is Friday weekend. Yeah. So enjoy your night. Okay. Then Monday strong again for those who are working in the corporate. Okay. And thank you, Charles, for sharing with us today.
Thank
okay.
You so
and really
much.
appreciate the audience for being with us today. Thank you so much, and have a good night.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.